So good morning. I see we have one person on right now, so welcome. I am Karina Muller. I am the founder of Lady Dox and here to talk about the Ottava program today. So I'm going to share my screen here. And go to... So welcome, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Ottava Project by Lady Dox and how to take your life an octave higher. So just a little bit about me. I am a physician. I do have my own practice, but I didn't start out wanting to be a physician right away, right out of college or out of high school. But I did pursue both music and biological sciences because I thought I was going to do something like maybe physical therapy, something with human touch. It was something that I was really feeling was very important, at that time to kind of heal people. And I ended up becoming an osteopathic physician. I'm also an OBGYN and maternal fetal medicine specialist, and just became a distinguished fellow within the American Osteopathic Obstetricians and Gynecology College. And I also trained to be a physician development coach, which was so inspiring to myself. Got a lot of coaching within that practice. And I'm also pursuing my MBA, and that should be done this summer. So I'm really excited. I'm just going to see if there's any other people waiting in the waiting room. There we go. Okay. So my journey through resiliency and burnout may look somewhat similar to yours. When you think about the COVID pandemic, when you think about all of the demands that we have as physicians, in our life, from being parents, some of us might be parents. Some people might have, high stress jobs, and, all the demands that come with that, demands from our patients, and, to be on our game at all times. And so, teaching through my life experiences and the training that I've been able to apply to my life is something that has been really exciting with coaching. So why coaching? I have a picture of a staircase here. Let's see, it was in 2017. I took a tumble down the stairs. I just missed one stair and I broke my leg, had a trimalleolar fracture, and had to take some serious time off from work. Had to have reconstruction surgery of my leg and take 3 months off. I was non-weight bearing for about 9 weeks of that. And it just really made me think about what I wanted my future in medicine to look like. And it was from there that I thought, I could use some help. I decided to get coaching myself, and it's made all the difference. And then I became a physician coach through all of that and started my own practice and started my own coaching practice as well. So music's really important to me. I do have a music degree, and I use music as one of my ways to combat burnout and to make myself kind of go to a place where I don't need to think about medicine. I don't need to think about stress, and I can just express myself through music and harmony. So in times of challenge, we tend to find strength. We're looking for that. And being able to reach within to find the answers is very important. And so that's where I come in and talk about the Ottava Project. So in creating Lady Dox, the parent company, the coaching company that produces the Ottava Project, I've just been able to be really creative, and that's something that through medicine, I haven't always been able to express my creative side, but when I do, it's kind of one of those things that really helps me get through the tough times. And so why Ottava? You see a picture here of a concert hall that was built in the 1600s in Sartiano in Italy, in Tuscany. And I went there and made my Italian debut here, playing the flute. And it was just one of those, experiences in life. I call it my pinnacle experience, where I went to the top of this piazza in this awesome concert hall, and I was playing my flute, I was practicing, and I could feel the warm Italian breeze. It was in July. And all the people were just, in the piazza doing their thing, whatever people do in Italy, on a Saturday or Sunday, and I was playing, and the breeze was, coming through the practice room, and there was no AC in this place. And, I was just playing my music and in such a happy place, a place where I wasn't thinking much about anything other than my own happiness and, how I was just playing my music. So looking for pinnacle experiences in your life is part of coaching. So I thought I would share. And the reason why I picked Ottava for the name of this project is because it's about the octave. Ottava is an Italian term for the octave. And, I play the piccolo and the flute, and we like to take it up an octave and be heard. So this is in building resilience in your career and your personal life and taking your life up an octave. And so in music, taking it up an octave is called 8VA. To 8VA your life is what I'm looking for in this project. So when you look at how music is written, we have, the normal staff. And then when you 8VA something, you take it up an octave, and think about how loud and how out there that is. So bringing your life up an octave, this can apply to both your personal and private life, as well as your professional life, and representing yourself with confidence and poise and resonating resilience. And, what a time for this to happen during COVID and all the things that we as physicians face in this time. So I created the Ottava Method, and it's an 8-step method of coaching. And this is because of, the octave being 8 notes. And it combines musical and business concepts to promote self-coaching. So like, when you're thinking about a problem or some type of concept that, could potentially be applied to solving problems, this is what I'm suggesting. And it all stems out of the belief that a masterpiece begins one note at a time. We build upon, a triad of, things that we put together and come together all at once. So the first step of the 8 steps is called composition. You are the creator of your life's composition, and you've got to figure out what your passion is and develop a theme, just like in any type of masterpiece, and discover the you that's awaiting and define your goals. And the Ottava Project is all about defining the goal that you have that can be helped with physician coaching. It's all about your goal, your goal. No one else is there to, tell you what to do, but just to help you, guide you through the challenges that there can be in achieving that goal. I'm just gonna also see if there's anybody waiting. There we go. The second step is called tonic function. And, as you can see, these are musical terms that can be applied to both the business of your life and, the professional not only professional, but the private parts of your life, and finding your home base. And how do you do that? In exploring core values, maybe where you are right now as a physician, and then in the future about where you may want to be. A lot of core values that I've worked on through coaching myself are creativity, authenticity, and just not being a people pleaser, at the risk of taking time away from myself, and learning boundaries. And so looking through all of those core values too, you can look at where you are now, rank them, say, this is what I love to do right now, but this is what I'm looking for in the future. I know a lot of the coaching that I did was becoming resilient with confidence. And so that is something that, I've worked on quite a bit with coaching, myself. And we also work on emotional intelligence in the program. There are some, different assessments that I'll be giving to the clients. And when you look at tonic function as well, it's the first note of the scale, and it's a state of rest, sitting there, thinking about it, looking at a self-analysis, and it doesn't demand progression to other chords. And it's just complete on its own, kind of like everyone is right now. You are complete as you are right now. But if you're looking for other ways to become resilient, these things can help you. The third step is harmony. And we define dissonance in our lives and our careers, as well as consonance, something that sounds very pleasant and appealing to the ear, as opposed to something that might be, a little bit unharmonious. And, just sitting through feelings and feeling them. Each feeling that is presenting to us throughout our thoughts in our lives, and trying to exhibit non-reactionary responses, or going through these things where we talk about them. So development, once you realize what it is that you want to work on, that's what you're trying to develop, and there are development aspects to the Ottava Project, where you look through self-discovery and think about where you are now and where you want to be in the future. And being creative about that, brainstorming with a coach, is definitely something that you want to be able to do. And so looking at a cadenza, where you're kind of showing off and playing, just whatever comes to your mind, writing down, journaling, bulletproof, making bullets in your journal about things that you want to do. This is the part of the Ottava Project where we develop ourselves. The other thing is coda, and this is repeating things. This is what we do in our lives to kind of make a habit something that's, pretty permanent in our lives. And repetition is the key to mastery. And this is something that we've definitely seen in our medical careers. And every time you repeat something, especially new habits, it allows for improvement with each repetition, and, finding better ways to do things that might be healthier for yourself, or ways to look at different situations where you can, talk to people in different ways and use that emotional intelligence building block to, bring those repetitive things into your life. And then practicing, that's another part of repetition. So using positive imagery, like when you think, all right, here I am, I'm getting ready to go to surgery, or I'm getting ready to play a basketball game as an athlete, or I'm getting ready to perform as a flutist. And I'm gonna sit there and imagine a perfect performance, something that is totally awesome, or, getting that final basket in the basketball game, the winning three-pointer. But, just sitting there, imagining it in, a state where you're not stressed, where you can repeat it in your mind and promote confidence in yourself. And, you know, in medicine, we've got that see one, do one, teach one mentality. And so imagining these things going flawlessly is definitely something that you want to do, you know, throughout your career and learn how to do on your own. And then the finale, we have the finale. And this is achieving the goal that you set out to, you know, achieve. And looking at all the steps that it's taken to get you there and to celebrate that goal. And, you know, it's the climactic achievement of your dreams. You write your dreams down, you brainstorm, you think about all those things that you wish, you know, could happen in your life, and just put them on paper and talk with your coach about it. And, you know, on that road to success, we all have experienced delayed gratification, especially in the field of medicine. And, you know, to VA your life with a finale is definitely something that I'm here to help other physicians achieve. So when you look at the Ottava Project, we kind of have, you know, a little algorithm here where we do a SWOT analysis of our life. You know, we look at the strengths and weaknesses, and we look at the opportunities and threats. Just like in a business, we run our lives like a business. We also look at SMART goals and timelines to say, okay, in this timeline of 6 months, what am I hoping to achieve? And, you know, we look through that and make a goal, and also make a timeline so we can say, you know what, I achieved that over that amount of time. And I'm here to help people do that, because we do kind of an initial check-in, one-on-one coaching event. And then we do kind of a midterm or a development event. And then we also do a finale where we kind of wrap everything up. We do more emotional intelligence and assessment projects where we look at our burnout before and after coaching, as far as the Maslow burnout inventory. And then we go through our crescendos, our fortes, you know, things where, you know, what is our life mission statement? And, you know, it's all kind of like, you know, digging deep inside and delving into, you know, the things that you've been through and where you want to be in the future with the help of a coach. And so, you know, when we look at the Ottava program, we look at, you know, what's happening for women in medicine over the course of 6 months. And we do twice monthly live, hour and a half recorded coaching sessions. So if you can't make it in person, you can definitely watch a replay. And we have an online private Slack community where you can communicate with the other people in the group, or with me one-on-one privately. And then I'll also have a workbook for everyone where we go through the Ottava Method, and, you know, we present, you know, the different aspects of it and how you can write things down, journal them, and look at, you know, before and after the project. And we'll be doing the personality and burnout assessments, just like I mentioned before, and that we would have those 3 private coaching sessions as well with me so that we can look at your progress. So these are, you know, the different things that we look at when we look at the dynamics and harmony and coda and practice, you know, of the Ottava Project. And, you know, I love incorporating music, which is the thing that helps me get through burnout and times, you know, when I'm stressed out. You know, I love to play the flute. But then also, you know, to help other people discover that. And, you know, with coaching, it's non-hierarchical. It's confidential. We all sign confidentiality agreements at the beginning of the project, so that we don't share things that other people have shared, you know, with others outside of the group, just so it makes it a safer community for everyone who's involved. And, you know, the other thing about coaching is that it's non-reportable. I mean, of course, if something happened that is reportable as a physician, I'm, you know, obligated to do that. But I think a lot of times people are really comfortable sharing things with a physician peer coach in a non-hierarchical way, when that person is not involved in their institution or their organization. I'm not going to run and go tell anybody about the things that are shared in the group. And, Sometimes I do coach physicians, though, who are sponsored by a hospital or an organization. So it's kind of one of those things where, definitely something to consider, that someone who's been in your shoes before, another female physician who's gone through all the struggles and achievements that you have. I mean, in high achievers, we've got a high risk for burnout, and these are the ways that I can help teach people how to get through that with resilience. And so if you're considering the Ottava Project, it starts on May 16th and ends on October 17th. And we expect about 2 sessions with the groups per month. And you can check more out about it on the ladydox.com website. And we also have a link here at the bottom about how to apply. And a lot of times I like to just interview people and say, hey, what are you looking for in the Ottava Project? How can I help you? And just do that before the project starts, because I really like to get that one-on-one connection with the clients. And so here are some other places that you can find us. We have an Instagram community. We have a Facebook community. I do a podcast, and it mostly focuses on coaches and talking to other physician coaches about how we can help women in medicine. So if you haven't checked it out before, go ahead and check it out. It's called Right Brain Rounds. And I'm the host, and I've had some pretty awesome people on recently. And then again, our website, ladydox.com, and the link here to apply to the Ottava program is also here. And pricing and other things that are considered with the program are on the ladydox.com website. So I'll also be having a question and answer session next weekend on May 8th, which is Saturday, the day before Mother's Day. And it will be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always put Alaska Standard Time on my announcements as well, because, well, that's where I live. So if anyone has any questions, please let me know. I know that, this is just one of those webinars where we kind of go through what the Ottava program is, why I created it, why I'm passionate about it, and who I'm here to help, because I really do feel like, the pandemic or epidemic of physician suicide is something that I'm really passionate in helping others to get through. I know that a lot of physicians are hesitant to seek medical care for depression. And, with coaching, sometimes I think we can catch people before they spiral into such a depression that they may take their own lives. So that's kind of one of those passions of mine. And then also, being able to talk about the things in medicine that happen to us that, we aren't always ready to share when we're on rounds or, doing a code or, things like that. So, there's a lot of things that we address as physicians that we don't actually decompress from. And I think that doing things like that is, very important in a medical career to create that resilience that we need to keep going day in, day out, especially during a pandemic. So if anyone has any questions, I'm definitely here to help.